Alright, welcome in everyone, and today this video is gonna be about how I lost my passion for gaming and how I ended up getting it back. So I used to have a gaming channel here on YouTube, but I no longer have access to it. And I heard this saying that sometimes it's good to start all over, start from new beginnings, and I have to agree with that. So what had to be fun and exciting ended up turning into a boring chore for me. So instead of playing the games for fun, I was chasing the clicks, the views, the trends, and the niches. I was playing a lot of the huge games, the overhyped games, and we all know how those turned out. But deep down, I felt empty playing all of these games because they were no longer fun. And like I said before, it was all about getting the videos out first. Sorry if I'm talking in a low voice, it's just that I don't really want to wake up my family. Okay, so this is my first point. Instead of exploring and playing the game how I wanted, I found myself somewhat speed running the game and treating every other gaming channel as competition. Sometimes it worked, sometimes it didn't, but I'm not going to lie, it did have its ups and downs. One of my big time goals as a creator was for any one of my videos to get 1,000,000 views, and it finally happened. But when it happened, I felt numb, completely numb. I wasn't really giddy about it, and this is because I have reached the point of my burnout. So let me list some of the reasons why, and then I'll get into more of a discussion about it. I'll discuss it more thoroughly with you guys. So the first point is I treated everyone else as competition. Second point, I had to rush my walkthroughs. Third point, I wasn't really able to play the game how I wanted. Fourth point, I wasn't really playing the games that I wanted to play. Number 5, I was chasing all the huge releases, which deep down didn't really interest me. And last but not least, I basically turned something I loved into something stressful and tiring because instead of enjoying it, I ended up treating it like a business. It wasn't even a side hustle, it was just a business. So that took away the fun from it. Okay, so back in the early 2010s, the competition I would say on YouTube was really bad. And I'm not saying this because the gaming category on YouTube was oversaturated. It's always been that way. But it's because the YouTube algorithm I would say was worse way back then when I had my older gaming channel. And that's because YouTube would actually push out the videos of the same topic that came out or were published first. Those were the ones that would get displayed at the top no matter what. Didn't matter the quality, just that it was up. It was the first one up. Sorry if you guys heard that, but that was a notification from my cell phone. And I simply couldn't compete. And it wasn't for the lack of not putting in the hours, but simply not being able to be the first to post the videos or publish them on the site. And here's what gaming channels would do. Not sure if they are still doing it, but it's whatever they do. So basically what a lot of these gaming channels would do is they would go out and look for mom and pop stores. all these independent business stores, if you, that's another way of putting it. So basically, these small businesses would sell the games before release date, and depending on the person running the store, you would have to dish out a couple of more bucks. Let's say probably like 90, 80, or sometimes even in the three digits, which is 100 or 100 plus. So if you lived in a major big city, you were basically on a fucking gold mine, because you would have an abundance of all these mom and pop stores that you could visit, make deals with. But at the other end of the coin, the other side of the coin, if you lived in a small town, which was basically me, your options were either limited or non-existent. Okay, this is because we mostly only have the big stores such as Target, Wally World, which is Walmart, Best Buy, and the infamous dreaded video game store of all time, GameStop. So of course all these giant corp-owned stores weren't really going to sell you the games before release date. So living in a small town, I couldn't really compete with the gaming channels at the time. So because of this, once I have gotten my hands on a huge game, I would rush my walkthrough. This slowly burnt me out mentally, and yeah, it just caused me not to have fun, like I said before. So what was supposed to be fun for me and exciting felt more like a chore, and it kept dragging on and on. And back then, a lot of people didn't want to see like mistakes, and in order for me to avoid making these mistakes, I'm not lying or over exaggerating, I would play a level and then I'll replay it again, but this time I'll make sure to record it and to make it look like I was really good at it, and also while minimizing making mistakes so I won't lose the viewer. And yeah, it might not seem like much, but trust me, it just stacks on as more and more time progresses and the more games you have in your backlog. So back to the big point, I wasn't really playing the games that I wanted to play or those that interested me. And I'll give you an example. Well, several examples. A new Call of Duty was coming out. Forget every other game. Focus on the new Call of Duty 100%. Also remember the overhyped games. No Man's Sky was coming out. Drop everything else. Farm that game. Tom Clancy's The Division is coming out. Play that and keep playing it. Keep playing the multiplayer with friends, even though the game was absolute trash. I liked the idea, it had potential, but holy shit was it trash. I did not enjoy it. I didn't even enjoy the shooting mechanics because it was just really, really fucked up, and a lot of people that played it on consoles will agree with me. Meanwhile, the ones on PC, it was a lot way better for them. So, big props to them. I'm happy for the PC players. And, oh yeah, also the new game by the Halo developers, known as Destiny. Yeah, let's get into that a little bit. I actually enjoy the multiplayer, the story, and the game mechanics. They were solid. Also the multiplayer, the battles with other players, PvP, it was just all around fun. But farming and looting it was the thing that absolutely killed it for me. I stayed playing these games because they were popular at the time and my friends kept playing them. As you guys can see, I wasn't really happy about it. I ended up getting bummed. Again, chased overhyped games and I was left dissatisfied. And because of this, I was burned out and I happened to stop playing video games for 5 years. My PS4 was collecting dust. I stopped following game news. I used to follow them daily. And when the PS5 came out, I was like, whatever, there's no point. But then all this changed when the PlayStation Store was having a sale. And I ended up picking up an indie game that I always wanted to play, but it was only available for PC at the time, and that game was called Darkwood. Now, I actually enjoy over-the-top games, which is also known as second point of view game. I know I'm not talking about 2D side scrollers. And let me tell you something, I enjoy playing and taking my time with this game. The experience was surreal for me and that was enough to hook me up. I stayed with the game for a couple of years, even though it was short, and I ended up beating it countless of times. I still felt a lot of joy playing it. I loved it so much that I started making videos on it. I would make guides, tutorials, how-tos, and yeah, I also did a walkthrough, which I'm not really too fond of right now, but hey, walkthroughs will probably grow on me sometime later in the future. Oh yeah, and I also managed to make a few shit posts just for fun, because hey, I was finally having fun. And this is when I realized a lot of mistakes that I made in the past. And what helped me was I had to do some self-reflecting and learn from my experiences. That's the only way I learned from my past mistakes. So this made me realize that I was better off playing the games that I want to play. So I decided to stop chasing trends or overhyped games and just stick to those that would provide me with countless hours of fun. Stick with the genres of video games that I would enjoy playing. And if I don't really have to commit to it. I could just stop playing it. I could just say fuck it and just leave it. So these are the things that I'm doing, my mindset. I no longer see other gaming channels as competition. I no longer chase the most overhyped games. I play the games that I want to play, and I also play them how I want to play them. I don't have the feeling of having to rush through anything or everything, especially when creating videos. And again, I get to explore the games. So yeah. So here we are in modern times. It's 2026 at the time of me recording this video. I would say YouTube has changed for the better. Their algorithm is a lot better and a lot friendlier. I could attest to that. And I never actually stopped loving making content. Like every now and then when I was playing Darkwood, I would have a thought in my brain processing that, oh, you should make a video for Darkwood when like showing the players where to find these items and whatnot. So yeah, I always love making those type of videos, but I was just too burnt out and to realize it. But now that I don't treat it as a job, it feels more like a hobby nowadays. I get excited and I have lots of fun, and that's all that matters, to be honest, when you're playing video games. I plan on playing the games that interest me and the genres that I enjoy playing, like I said before. Well, if you made it this far, thank you. Thanks for listening to me talk for minutes. I lost interest in gaming, but I never lost interest in content creating, if that makes any sense. So, with all that being said, moving on with the future, I'm going to play the games that I want to. So, thanks for watching and thanks for listening.